Hey there, David Hawke here. Thank you for taking a second to watch this video. And the reason I'm making this or made this video for you is because I want to give you something that you can use for your business to model and get some results using social media. And who knows, you may watch this and think, hey, this guy really knows what he's talking about. Maybe I should just hire him to do it. And I'd be happy if you did. But that aside, let's get into it, because when you come to selling high-ticket services with social media, you're going to hear a lot of things, and you'll hear a lot of people tell you various things, and you've probably heard you can't sell using social media. It's a party platform, or it's kind of like a party, and all these different things about social media, and it makes it very difficult. And really, the problem that I see with most people is that there's no real plan. And if they have a plan, it's too soft of an approach, and you can't hard sell. I mean, going on there and doing a post. In fact, I'll give you an example. There's a multi-million-dollar heat and air company that I just saw make a post Tuesday, as a matter of fact, that said, get your spring maintenance schedule, call us. And I thought, I don't even know what that means, and probably nobody else did either, and they didn't get anything from that post. And those are the kind of things that I see most businesses do that don't work, and then they say, you know what, social media doesn't work for me. I'm going to go on and do whatever, magazine, television, radio, billboards, something. But social media does work, and the reason is, what I want to show you is this is like the new television. I mean, everywhere you go, people are on this thing. Everybody's scrolling. They're on Facebook. They're on Instagram. They're on YouTube. They're watching video. It is incredible the amount of video that's watched every day on these things, and it is only growing. And when you go back, I mean, the whole point of doing these things is going to a source or a tool like social media where your customers are. And it's very difficult to do with anything else at this point. A Yellow Pages ad, I don't know when the last time you looked in the Yellow Pages was, but for me it's been years. Television ads are, you've got so many channels and so many different networks of, cable companies and all these different things. It's very hard to reach a large part of your target market. So those are difficult. Radio, same way. So many different channels, and then you tie in internet radio and Bluetooth into the cars, and some people don't even listen to regular radio. I listen to it very little. So that's why social media works, because your market is there, and whether you're B2B sales or B2C sales, it doesn't matter. I mean, if you're a commercial roofer, you can reach your market on Facebook, I guarantee you. And golly, if you're just selling, if you're a residential roofer, HVAC services, remodeling, kitchen and bath remodeling, financial services, golly, we've done financial advisors, been very successful with that. Dentists, chiropractors, other doctors. I mean, it is wide open to who this will work for. You just have to have a plan, and you have to do it right. So what I want to tell you is a couple of case studies we've got. We have a financial advisor. I'll use him because I just looked at his stats this morning. We have a 1.5-minute mini commercial, and that's what we do for people is we make mini commercials. It's a video. There is a method to making it, but it's not like a regular television commercial that's real high quality and all that. In fact, we've found those don't work as well as the ones we do that are typically just shot with an iPhone. But what is happening is he's got a 1.5-minute video. So you think about, compare this to television with a 30-second commercial. I don't know what that 30-second spot costs, but most of the time they're pretty expensive. We've got a 1.5-minute commercial out. Getting people to watch 100% of that video for 15.7 cents. That's the 100% view. Now we've got a whole lot more people that are being exposed to the brand and getting it in their head, and they're seeing this time and time again every day. So the really cool thing is these people that are really pretty interested, they're watching 100% things, you can retarget those with ads, and that's a whole nother story. But it's part of how this works is retargeting, because you find your perfect audience, you put your ad in front of them, and you figure out who is interested all through the data. And people really don't have to give you their information anymore. The data will tell you who's interested, who's got a propensity to buy, and who you should continue to target with your ads. So it works very, very strong with that. It's not just the regular posts, and not that we don't make money with regular posts, we do, but that comes in a little bit of time with when you've got some engagement from your audience. I'll tell you another story real quick. A butcher shop here one year brought in, we've done business with them for a long time, they brought in what's called a tomahawk ribeye, and it is a huge, it's a monster steak, and I think we called it the monster steak. But we made a little video for this thing. The owner brought in 14. He was really concerned. He said, I don't know if I'm going to be able to sell these things. They're expensive. He said, I guess, if I can't get rid of them, there's some other things I can cut them up and use different parts of it, whatever. I'm not a butcher. I don't know that process, but he does. He's very good at it and a great client. Well, what happened is I told him, I said, well, let's try and pre-sell these things so that you can figure out exactly what you need, and we'll get rid of this box of 14. And I don't know if we can get rid of 14 of them or not. This is like a $45 steak, and that's a pretty significant amount when you're talking about buying a steak. So we did a little mini commercial, and we ran that to his perfect audience. And lo and behold, not only did we sell the 14, thank God we did it early and did a pre-sale, because he wound up selling, I think it was 86 of those things. And at the end, he was panicking. He said, I don't even know if I can get that many. And so he had a whole nother problem of trying to get the product to fill all the orders that we took. But he did wind up getting it. He just had a little panic moment there. And he had to, work his magic behind the scenes of his business. But these are the type things you can do with social media. So the method that we use, and probably the reason you're watching this video, is how do we get these people through? And we do it really with stages. We put out good content, these mini commercials, but it's not a, hey, come buy from me. And I call it call me marketing, and that's what 99% of companies do. It's what used to work in the past. It doesn't work so much anymore because, again, we're just so scattered. But most people will say, we've been in business for 30 years, give me a call, we'll fix your heat and air, your roof leak, or whatever. Those don't work on social media, and those are kind of hard sells, or what I call me marketing. And you can't do that. That doesn't get people engaged. They just keep scrolling. They've got, funky little cat videos to watch and things like that. So they're not going to pay attention to a call me marketing video. But let's say you're a roofing company and you're wanting to get people to call you. Well, what you could do is do a little video on and I'm just going to use these numbers. If I'm wrong and you're a roofer, don't call me and tell me there's not that many places. I'm just using these numbers as an example. But you could say the 7 different places that most roofs leak and where your house could be vulnerable. And people will watch that stuff. And now what you're telling them is actually the real thing, where roofs leak, why it can be damaging to their home and causing insulation to get wet and wood to get wet and rot, and thousands of dollars later they're figuring out, hey, I had this roof leak, I should have had it looked at. And then you can make a soft call. Hey, if you think your roof might be in jeopardy of leaking, give us a call. That works, across the board. That type of ad works because it's very informational, it's educational, people like it. And it works for a couple of reasons, because when you're selling a high ticket service, no matter what it is, people have to trust that you're going to be able to get them the result. I was talking to you about the financial advisor. Think about this. I mean, I saw a financial advisor recently advertising on social media that said, call us to get a review of your portfolio, I think they said. And there was a picture there of some guy in a suit, you know, looking all financial advisory. And what happened was nothing. I mean, he didn't get anything, because nobody wants to call you and give you their life savings if they don't have some trust in you. It's the same way with their homes. It's the same way, you know, if you're a doctor, their body, their teeth, whatever it is, that's all. You're asking for a big chunk of money from people. I mean, I know kitchens, when we did kitchens, gosh, they ran into, you could go up to a couple $100,000 easily on a kitchen if you wanted to, and we did with a couple of them. But even at the low end, I mean, a low-end kitchen, I think one where we just went in and redid cabinets and didn't move anything around, but just redid the floor, the cabinets, and lightings and things, it was still 10 grand. And, you know, that's been 10 years ago. So you're asking for a big chunk of money. People have to trust you, and that's what you really need to do with social media, is build people's trust. That is what happens, or how you wind up selling high ticket services, is because you're building the trust. And when they get to that point, they might have to watch 15-minute-and-a-half videos that you do, or 5-minute videos that you do, or, you know, they might have to watch a lot, but you know these people that are watching, and you can see this person is interested. I need to keep sending them stuff, and you just keep sending new video content. So if you're, like I said, if you're a roofer, you keep going about different things about the roof. Or if you're a financial advisor, in our case, you keep doing required minimum distribution videos and videos on 401k, and you just keep going, and you keep giving them good information that actually helps them. I mean, it gives them knowledge. And then what happens is kind of magical, is one day it ticks. I like this person and I trust this person. I'm going to give them a call. And I know one of our ad campaigns for the financial advisor, I mean, I know they brought in at least $356,000 off of, I don't know, it was probably a few $100s worth of ads, maybe $1,000, couple thousand. But even if it cost 10 grand to do that, they brought in $356,000 worth of assets under their management. And that is going to be worth much more than 10 grand to them over the long haul. I think it was worth more than 10 grand to them right up front. But so that's what I'm saying. Do trust-based marketing. And when you think about it that way, what can you do to actually add to your prospects' life and get them to trust you? And what do you need to demonstrate to them to let them know that you are the person to help them fix whatever it is that they have issues with? And like I said, whether it's a roof, a back, teeth, their finances, it doesn't matter. It all works the same way. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I said at the beginning of the video, you know, maybe you decide you wanted me to help you with your ads. If you'd like to do that, there's a button under this video. Click that button. We will set up a time to talk, and I will be glad to talk to you about it. Won't cost you a dime. I'll help you set up a plan, and if you'd like me to help you implement that, I will be happy to do that as well. Until later, I hope you've enjoyed this video as much as I've enjoyed making it for you, and go out and make social media work. It is the most powerful thing available to small businesses today, and I really hope I've helped you be able to leverage that for your business. Talk to you later. Bye.